just seeing myself in the monitor again. It's so crazy. Wow. Hi. I've missed this. It's been a minute. Hi. How are you all? If you don't know me, I'm Melinda. It's been a really long time since I have sat down and talked at a camera, and I have missed it very much, and I cannot wait to be back in this new season of creativity. Finally, my lord, I've been in big output mode. I put out a full-length original album. I put out a movie. I toured the US. It was time to slow down, and I took a very necessary sort of partial break for a while, and I now feel just so happy to be making things again with just so much desire to really let you all in on the process this time. I was very precious with my process when I was making the album. I didn't really share it too much with you all. And I kind of regret that, to be honest, because it was a really special thing, and so I would like to be able to let you all in all kinds of different ways. Having met so many of you on tour, we are all deeply creative people and deeply reflective people in this community with a lot of joy and a lot of passion for making the most out of our lives. And so I want to let you all in a little bit more about how I established those practices in my life. And this is the beginning of that. Woo! We're back on YouTube. Let's go! I don't know what that was. So I took a month to go to Ireland and live in the countryside on a farm and just stop after a very long year. And one of the things that I did while I was out there was I created a new vision board. So what is a vision board? A vision board is a visual representation of what it is you want to accomplish in life. And it can become sort of a visual meditation, I guess, that you can look at in your house, in your place of work, wherever you want to be reminded of the things that you are grateful for, the things you want to hold on to, and the things that you want to expand upon. Some people make vision boards every year. I'm more of a every 4 to 5 years person, and so my last vision board I had in my hallway back there since 2019, and I realized in this last year that everything on there I had either accomplished or it was no longer in line with me, and it was time for a new one. So I would like to kind of walk you through what that was for me, what that process was like, creating that vision board, and also show you most of it, not all of it, because there's certain things in my life that I keep for me, but I will show you most of this vision board because I think it will just give you a very clear vision of where we are headed. It is a vision board after all. I'll get better at this. The muscle of sitting in front of a camera is atrophied, but we are strengthening her again. So how does one create a vision board? That can be whatever it needs to be for you, but some people find it helpful to ask sort of 3 questions. What do I want to do for myself? What do I want to do for my family and my friends? And what do I want to do for my community at large? You can also do like personal life, family, career. There's a bunch of different ways to kind of divide up your life in ways that you can sort of focus on different aspects and really reflect on them and see what's working for you, what's serving you, and what is not. So for me, I ended up dividing my vision board into 3. And my first vision board is what are the qualities of the work that I want to put out there, which is my contribution to this world. It is my impact, it is my statement, it is the way that I try to make the world better. It's a visual representation of what I want to make people feel. And that is so important to me as a person and to my work, to both. So that vision board is very much my why, which I think is a really lovely thing to have as sort of a center. And then I have another frame that is my career and the sort of structure that I want that career to have and the accomplishments that I would like to ultimately obtain. And then the third one is my personal life, my home life, my family. So I'm going to walk you through each frame, and I hope that some of the prompts and things that I'm thinking about are useful to you if you're thinking about your own life during this time. I know it's January and a lot of people are doing, big soul-searching, regrounding situations. So, this was mine. Let's start with the first board. So, the big thing that I've got right in the center is be honest. I've always tried to be that, but there are definitely times where I'm not as honest with myself as I could be, and therefore I'm not as honest with my contribution to the world as I could be. And then I've got a couple of photos on here of like sort of tactile stuff. When I was in Ireland, I kept wanting to like touch things and feel art. I have this rose that looks like something else on there. To me, that just represents like pleasure. I've got somebody holding light. I've got some friends dancing in a puddle. I've also got that beautiful photo of my friends down at the bottom all singing together. That intimacy and that expansiveness is very much something that I am chasing right now. I've got a bunch of acoustic instruments on there, including my Irish flute. I want to try and produce with as much hand to instrument sounds as I can. I've got a woman named Rhiannon on here. She is a protege of Bobby McFerrin and has done some really extraordinary work with vocal improv and being able to just dive into this vocal river that is constantly in you to be able to improvise and find music immediately. So I'm practicing hearing music everywhere. I've got the word play on there for the same sort of theme. I've also got Madison Cunningham on there. She, to me, represents like tactile music. And then I have a photo of me in Once from 2019 and a photo of the Swell season. I had a photo of Once on my last vision board, and it definitely manifested some stuff. That work, the movie and the show and the music and the Swell season in general, it is truly the closest thing I know to how I want to make people feel. Getting to do Once, I got to watch people levitate out of the theater every night, and I would say to people with my last tour, I was like, this is what I want to make people do. I want people to fly out of the theater as they leave. And I think we largely accomplished that in the last tour. And so I want that quality of community and honesty and humanity and heart in my music to stay with me. I want to expand upon that. And then finally, I've got 2 photos of me that are really like important to me. One of them was taken by Ian Schiff at a Gaia Music Collective event. That was sort of the first moment that I like saw myself as a facilitator of music, as a vessel for music, and I was just so happy. And then, this photo, my God, this was taken at my show in Minneapolis for my last tour. I had like 7 photos of various artists with their arms outstretched to their audience on my last vision board. That was the energy that I wanted to give and I wanted to be. On tour, obviously, I was like working it all out for the first several shows and exploring what it was to do these shows. It was so new to me. And this was about halfway through tour, and I saw that photo and I went, oh my God, I did it. I became those people on that vision board. And I didn't even know that that's what I was doing. It's so instinctive. I'm always trying to give people ins. I want people to have ins into my music. And I don't care whether you walk in knowing nothing about what I'm doing or knowing every word to every song. I want to make sure that everybody's caught up and everybody feels confident enough to participate in whatever way feels healthy and beautiful for them. That photo really reminds me of the fact that I have already grown so much into a person that can facilitate that for people, and that I want to continue to sharpen that and continue to have that kind of impact on people. So that's the first one. Let's do sort of a continuation of that into the career board. So we have this gorgeous photo of Madison Cunningham at Madison Square Garden with all the lights up. Anytime I can see lights up in a big room, I don't know. There's something so magical about that. Also, this beautiful photo of Hozier, who's maybe one of the most impactful artists on me right now. His stage design was just so good. I want to do that eventually. Gah, so good. Also, another extremely important photo to me. This picture was taken at the first show that I did with the Swell season. It was an outdoor show. It like rained halfway through. The audience was like up on stage with us. I got like called out impromptu to sing Gold with Glenn Hansard. It was a wild night. One of the most electric nights I've ever been a part of. And in the middle of the show, Glenn Hansard came like running off stage, and he comes running up to me and he goes, "I'm having the best time." And I'm like, I want to be that. I want to feel that way after having done music for decades. I want to be able to still do shows and still think, my God, I'm having the best time. I've got Europe and the US and a plane on there because your girl wants to tour as much as possible. I learned this being on tour this year, that's where I'm happiest, truly. It's where my brain was quietest all year, weirdly, because I was just doing what I love to do every day. And that felt great. And then I've got some venues that I would really like to perform at some point. And then this photo of Noah Kahn, who's a very, very inspirational artist to me, obviously. This photo was taken of him singing at Red Rocks. That's another venue I would die if I got to play Red Rocks, my God. And then we've got two other artists that really inspire me. Leve, I say to people often, if I could be to Irish music what Leve is to jazz, I would be very happy. And then Brandi Carlile. Brandi. She is such a space creator. That sounded galactic. It wasn't meant to be. The way she's so inclusive of so many different artists and knows how to create a room and create an experience for people is something that I really admire and ultimately want to emulate very much. And then I got a Grammy on there. Just, figured I should chuck it in there. But to be honest with you, it's not a big priority for me right now. Like awards and accolades. I just want to make good stuff and truthful stuff. So I put it on there because I felt like I should, and why not, I guess. I've also got a photo of money changing hands because your girl gotta make money to be able to do what she does, but also I would really love to make enough money in this life to be able to actively and regularly give back. Now, the other thing that has come up this year is that I really miss being a cog in the wheel. I miss not having to make all of the decisions. Being the owner of your own business and being your own brand is a wonderful thing. I love it so much. I can't wait to see where it goes and how I can expand upon it. And I really miss the feeling of having one job, walking in, doing that job, enjoying it, and then going home and being able to let it go. So I really felt that with acting, and I've been doing some backing vocal work for friends, and it's been truly some of the most rewarding things I've ever done. And it reminds me of how just centered I feel as an artist these days, in that I know what I have to give, I know what I can't give, and I can look at everybody else around me and think, wow, look at what they have to give, and be so proud of them and root for them and root for myself in the same way. And I want to be in situations where I get reminded of that and where I get to just do my job and contribute to something bigger than myself. That is something that I'm really interested in. And then lastly, there is a photo of somebody doing social media because I really want to bring someone on to help me. Just basically a video editor. And I'm in the process of that right now, and I'll be able to have much better output, and an output that is at the pace of my brain rather than at the pace of my hands. And then finally, personal life. I am not going to show you this one to completion, but I will show you most of it. One of the things I really discovered while I was in Ireland is that I want like half of my life to be full of adventure and full of travel and variety and new places and being an adventurous soul. And I want the other half to be very firmly rooted and grounded and building a home. I do want to buy a home in the next 5 years, ideally. I don't know. We'll see. Might have to adjust my expectations there, but this is a vision board. We are envisioning and we're manifesting. I specifically have a photo of a fireplace. I have been obsessed with fireplaces since I was a child. I did not grow up with one, and whenever I would visit a home that had one, I would want to make one and stare at it. I still do that. Whenever I'm traveling, if I end up at a home with a fireplace, I will spend hours just building fires and staring at them. And so I really want to have a fireplace. I also have a photo of a hot tub and a cold plunge. If I could have even just a little hot thing and a little cold thing, that would be so good. I've got a photo of John Baptiste and Suleika Jawad's home from Architectural Digest, because I was like, this is it. I want my home to feel and look like this and have this level of intentionality and story. I've also got this photo of what looks like hosting. This is something that I have already in this new year been doing a lot of. I feel like my brain has gotten very good at being a good friend. It's gotten very good at being a good colleague, a good boss. but it has never really had the opportunity to learn how to be a host, how to just watch other people and think of what they would need and just do it and be able to provide. And that's something that I really want to learn and like shed that skill of just getting outside of my own brain, because I feel very like centered in myself enough that I can trust myself not to lose myself in that process. And then I've got this photo of a woman looking very strong and this wonderful photo of my friend Simi leading a somatic movement class. The connection with my body is really important to me right now because I have been in survival mode for the last like 9 months. And recently I have righted that ship. I'm just feeling infinitely better, and I've been working out very consistently. I've been moving in ways that feel really good, and I really want to make it a really consistent practice to connect with my body, because I find that when I get disconnected from it, I feel so much older. And then we have a dog and a cat. I would like them both. Yay. And we have my parents on there too. Being a good daughter is really important to me, and continuing to learn how to do that as I get older and my parents get older is a wonderful process, and very grateful to have two parents who can be very present for that process with me. And finally, on the home note, eventually I would like to also have a cottage in Ireland somewhere. Ideally, I would love to purchase it with someone who lives in Ireland so that the space can be used to host events as well. Maybe host like workshops and classes for people who want to learn more about the culture and about Irish music. I am spending a month to 2 months out of the year these days there. I'm trying to build my emotional home there. That's happening very fast, which I just, I feel so grateful for, and I can't wait to kind of see where that goes and where that leads me. That is it. Whoa. I hope that any of the little thoughts in here were useful to you. I will be making more content in the next couple months because I want to, actually, and that feels really good. So if there's anything in particular that you would like to see from me, please tell me down in the comment section, because I would love ideas. I have many, but I would love more. And I cannot wait to connect with you all. I feel very grateful to be back. So, friends, I will see you so soon. Take care of yourselves.